Well, bought another car today. Dan here, the speed shop. It's not this one. Also, I just like doing that because Danny's not out here and she's gonna edit this video and she's gonna be like, what? Anywho, let's go ahead and work on this truck. Do we have a light that's got batteries in it? Oh, we do. So I bought this, well, I bought these panels. Looking back, I probably didn't need them. Tired. We're gonna get something done tonight. I originally thought this was like some ridiculous panel, but the inner cab corner actually is, I believe, also the floor and also holds the step. But if we go under, man, this is so convenient. A hoist, who'd have thought? Where can I put this where we can all be happy together? So it's actually pretty solid. I mean, I probably could have just made this panel, but such is life. So this step's actually still in decent shape. I think I might kind of wire wheel this and we'll, I don't know if this was, there's like some sort of glue stuff in it maybe? Body filler? I don't know what's in there, but it looks like it might be whatever. But I think I'll wire wheel and I'll just seam weld some of this. This is a brace. Looks like it's not welded, so I'll get all in there and whatever, but it looks like it's pretty much ready to go. But like I said, ultimately, I believe this is that and that. And then it looks like there's an opening maybe, and it's kind of just has a little curve that goes around, which is all up in here. And then it just kind of slopes down, and then it grabs the cab corner, sorry. Was I saying rockers? And then I don't know if it welds directly to that or what, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and blitz all this out. I'd like to keep, well, honestly, if I could kind of just do a line like that and then up. Oh, this goes right over. Kind of do that and take care of it. And my life will be easy. Weld that on, and I almost feel like, I don't know how crazy I want to go. I want to butt weld this all together or literally just flange it over, weld it in and be done with it, seam sealed. I mean, it's an inner rocker. Who even cares? And then, oh yeah, this looks like this piece must fit right inside there some way, somehow. So that's cool. We'll get working on that. And then I do have to make this patch panel of sorts anyways. And there's actually a bit of a rust hole in here too. You can see right in there. So we gotta get that taken care of. But that being said, that just holds the lower door section. This is what attaches the fender, which is, it's pretty skookum. I don't think there's any issue. We're missing a cab bolt. And then the floor had a couple patches. I might just kind of grind that out a little and add a few more welds if it needs any. But honestly, pretty sturdy little deal. So I think I'm just gonna take a minute to myself here, see how I want to start this. That's always the problem. But I guess I can't really screw this up because it's gonna have this curve right there, and ultimately it has to lock in there. So if it's there and there, everything else will be fine. So I'll probably lower this thing a little bit and probably start blindly cutting. Honestly, if I cut the outside off, I can get to the inner panel for both sides, cut that out, cut this inner panel to where I want, make sure it about fits, weld that in, then this one's go on top and sandwich this together. I believe it's just gonna look kind of something like this. Pretty simple stuff, so let's get after it. Let's lower this thing down and start hacking. All right, let's get cutting now. People always ask how I get so much done or whatever. Man, I tell you, today I'm not feeling it. Last couple days I'm just tired and lazy, but I'm gonna force myself to get something done. Because if I don't do it, the Motor Trend elves aren't coming in, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball cut this. I ain't really, well, I'm sure there is a right and wrong way of doing it. So we're gonna do it the D-Speed Shop way, so you can pick what way that is. Okay, so I did 2 cuts, but honestly, this is like all like original. No body wear or no body filler, nothing, just rotted out. So here is what I think I'm gonna do. You can see where the rust is real junky there, and then right about here it starts getting better. So I'm gonna kind of cut that around there, get all the real junk off. I'm gonna then split this panel into bits because I'm not gonna use most of it, as it turns out. But I guess the nice part is I'll have this little kick out and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna kind of blindly cut it there. And what I'm gonna do is put that panel on the other side of this and kind of push it up in there. Like there's an airspace in here anyway, so it should be fine. I'll give it a couple of welds, but then I can just seam weld it all in the whole way across. So it won't be right in line, but it'll be good enough. And then I'll, what's we're looking for? Seam sealer. We'll seam sealer it, and it'll be fine. But what I have to do first though is get this kind of about where I want it, and then we'll put a couple of tech screws in there. I might take a little bit more like the rocker up. I mean, we got like some sort of miscellaneous cut anyway, so we can probably go up another couple of inches now that I'm thinking about it, just because it is what it is, and we want to make sure that's decent. But these have to fit together, so we got to fit this, fit that where we want it, make sure they jive together, take this off, weld that in, and then permanently put this on. Now this same deal, I'm going to have to, obviously we'll leave this section for the time being to line it all up, and then that over there. And because there's nothing, well, because it might be attached there. Actually, you know what? It is welded right here. So we're gonna have to do something a little funny to make this fit decent. On this side here, I can cut it and push the steel back and then fish it out from the top. But over here, because they're side by side, actually no, I think that's gonna be a pain in the ass even for this inner panel. I'll have to drill those out. Okay. Well, let's do some figuring. Yeah, you can see here, it's too much light, but right there's one, there's one. Things all spot weld together. God damn it, Chevy. This thing is sturdy though. Good truck, good truck. Okay, honestly, this is a pretty slick little panel. So it actually has a little fitment here. So it only kind of fits one way. By the looks of it, I might have to trim that just a scotch. It's got this little kind of kick out. It runs around. I can feel it. It's tight up in there. It's nice. I cut it short, so we'll have to figure something out in there. but realistically, we have lots of material. And then you can see here how nice the metal is. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, you know, probably cut on this line, you know, all the way across or something like that, and then down, or I could even do an angle. I mean, who really cares? But obviously that's some good steel to weld to. So if I do that and then have my mark, which I can, you know, kind of mark on this, cut it out so I'll have like a 1/2 inch overhang or something like that, grind the inside. I'll give it a couple of tack welds. Actually, I could just weld the top side or slip it on this side. Yeah, that's what I should do. Anyway, we'll do that. Just give it a couple ugly tack welds to hold it, just so it should fit. Again, it's gonna be right up against the rocker there, so it should be fine. And then we'll just test fit it to the other rocker, or to the other cab corner, I should say, sorry. And that'll require some trimming. I decided just to go whole hog and put the whole piece in versus mess around. You know, because if I was gonna go down here, see how far in that is? To try and get the grinder in, you know, cut this material out, but maintain as much of that down here, it would have been ugly. So it'll show its cab corner scars, but honestly, it'll have new cab corner, new rocker, and the lower section, Red Bull, lower section of the fender all in black. And I don't know where Danny's at yet. She wants to paint this or not, but I assume actually this is gonna be some sort of implement paint. So if we take a sample into the John dealer or Farm Supply or something, I bet this is a common color to match. So let's carry on, keep kind of blasting and see what we end up with. Okay, Danny's came out late dinner, half hour, so I got a few things to get taken care of. But ultimately this is kind of about where I think it wants to be. Now, it's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but this all just has to fit around and it does its thing. Now, I think what I'll probably do is cut some of this. I'll probably do some figuring, I guess. And then trim this a little bit better. But honestly, I just want to make sure it all kind of fits together, which I think we probably should. We'll have a little screw around doing there. This is all just crappy stamping, right? As long as this little, whatever piece fits in there. And then on this side, actually, I got to grind all this out because the cab corner rocks around and that's plug welded inside the door. Am I too short for this? There we go. This here is actually the cab corner still, so I got to cut that, and then I'll just grind this out, and then that's where the new one will go and hide all this bull. And like I said, like, we can seam weld this right in. It'd be nice. You can see our, I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but there's a body line right there. Those match just fine. So as far as I'm concerned, she's pretty good. Like I said, right in here is going to be kind of tight. Might have to clean that up a little bit. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to get this tacked in before supper. So we got a deadline, and the battery is not very good on this. We have to go ahead and plug this thing in somewhere. Shoot. Okay, we'll get set up and we'll see what we can make fit. Okay, we're all plugged in there, so let's just see if we can kind of make this fit. Dang it. Okay, that's not bad. This has to go back just a hair, but it's caught on something. Okay, that'll fit just fine. So we're gonna have to trim here, or something like that and make that work, but this is not too bad. So I want this to fit tonight, so I'm gonna zip this down a little bit, see what we can accomplish there, because it had a bit of a rock to it. And then if that's all good, it's just gonna fit back here too, I guess. Oh yeah. We should be in the ballpark. Okay, I'm gonna start cleaning this up, clean that up, put another tack on there just to kind of hold it. And then once that's done, we'll see if we can get this piece fit, cut down to size. We're happy with that. I'll burn this in. I might leave it there for a night. We'll see how it goes, depending on my, well, 9 o'clock dinner. I don't think those, it's gonna go hand in hand. We'll come back out and give it a night, so we'll probably finish this tomorrow. Okay, so we're far from perfect, but this has to go up just a little bit, but we're kind of getting bunged up on this angle. Obviously it doesn't want to fit there, which means it doesn't want to fit there, which means it doesn't want to fit there. So the whole panel has to go that way. So we'll get it back there, it's tight here, move it over there, and over there. Now, remember, it's a truck. Looking good, buddy. You're never gonna see this part. So if you're gonna screw it up, screw up this, make sure it's good here, and here, down here. The GoPro doesn't like time-lapse, plugged in, overheated, junk. Anyway, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna peel this off, we're gonna charge the camera, I'm gonna weld in the inner panel, and we might come back and get this dialed. We'll see if it's red meat, meatballs, anything like that, Chinese food, 0 chance of coming out. If she made a salad, probably come back out and finish it up, you know what I mean? But everything seems to work. I think it'll be a decent little fit. It's a new day. Oh, last night it all came back to me. The camera kept overheating, so I just went ahead and did it. I was so angry at it. So I got this rocker, cab corner tacked on. So
Do you even know hot rods?
I'm tired. But what I want to do...
That's good.
Yeah, we'll finish that, but I want to get this done too. And I'm just gonna, this is gonna be kind of an ugly piece. I'm just gonna bend a piece. And I'm thinking I won't even take any of this off. I'll just leave it. But before the internet barbecues me, I'm gonna wire wheel it. Then I'm gonna spray it with some rust converter. And then we kind of cover over it. It'll be a little ugly, but be fine, give us a roundabout shape. So, got the real chunky stuff off. Now I'm gonna make a piece that'll probably weld to this edge because it's still pretty strong. I don't even know if it, oh, you know what, I bet the little brace has to fit in there. So we'll have to build something that kind of goes in and out and around, and we'll just booger weld it all together. But to try and make that piece fancy, it's not for me, so. I like this little rust converter stuff. Give it a spray, it just neutralizes whatever's going on. And once we get that, we'll grind some metal down to bare metal and kind of carry on. But this will just, otherwise we'll do it all. Man, there's actually a lot of rust here, eh? Good enough. So this will convert it, so it's a good use of material. Now back here, see the power? So I had it mostly done. Everything is fitting pretty good. We have everything lining up there. This I haven't done yet, so I gotta just kind of pull that out and give it a weld. So I'll probably just go ahead and tack that in. And then, unfortunately, it's just a little too tall. I kept the piece. So originally it had a break, and but the way the break was, went like that, I think. So it had a break there and a break there. That distance was too big, so I just cut that out. So this kind of has to go back in, or I could just kind of weld it solid. We'll see how motivated I am there. It is what it is. Still a little bit of rot down there, but I'm thinking, and Danielle's thinking, be good enough. So, I don't know if we'll double wall that or just kind of weld it all in. It's kind of all the same, but somebody's grinding and got a bunch of junk on my welding helmet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'll film a couple of buzzes, and then maybe Danny can go relax while I finish off this thing because she's cold and tired. So I'm just gonna pull this out so it's somewhat in line. Whoops. Good. 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 So I ain't going anywhere. Now I only have a few welds there. It actually is a pretty decent little panel. It fits pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead, give her a weld, and just kind of break it up. Try not to put too much heat in the panel. So we'll do that. We'll let it sit, cool off so you can touch it. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Now again, this back section here you're not really going to see, but still.
So that you don't like overheat the panel and it
warps and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Now we haven't done anything underneath. We still got to get that all welded, so I need to kind of clamp it, but it'll be fine. It's pretty damn close. But for now, we'll get it looking like a truck like this, and then we can get to the underside down the road. So I'll just carry on with my welding. I think I'm just going to solid weld this in. Apologize. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back when it's welded, ground down, and then we can work on up front here. This will take probably half hour or so to kind of cure or dry, or whatever you want to call it. We'll build a little panel for that, and we'll be done. But this actually, I didn't really know how this panel went on. Like I lined the bottom up, and then I lined this up with this crease. It kind of seems like it makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
Honestly, the door closes and doesn't rub.
The door closes okay, the gap's decent. I mean, you know, I didn't put this piece on. It was missing a lot, so for being a what it's gonna be, drive around truck, I think it'll be good enough. Plus this is down on the ground. Once we slam this thing on the ground, I can't see you nodding your head, yes baby.
No.
But yeah, so we still got, like I said, this has some flex in it. We gotta clamp it and move it around, do whatever we gotta do. We can do that all from underneath, so. Yeah, for that, I'll be half hour, come back, and this will be done. Then we can start making that panel. Call it a day. Work on your crafter.
I need doors that open.
Sorry, 2's good. A 2-door. Not bad. Good enough for who it's for. Like I said, we still gotta pull this head a little, but we'll do that underneath wise. And then I fixed up in the door jamb. So that came out pretty decent. She's solid all together. The only thing, I assume that this is like a body line type deal, so it's not welded together. So I didn't weld it. So that's that. Floors look good. So now we have to deal with this. And I'm wondering, what I'd like to do is just go straight across. What's the fender look like? Oh, there's nothing left of that guy. Oh, you know what I have though in the car is the brace. Why did I shut this door? Dang it, Danielle. Where were you on that one? Oh, here it is. So this here. Oh, I see. I see what happens. So this little piece here fits in that little crevasse. So we have to make sure. Mind you, you too. Space out a little bit. Okay, so we actually have to kind of try. Damn it! I hate trying. Guess we'll just make this little like 17 pieces till it makes sense, or what? Okay, let's grab some metal. I think all I'm going to do is just weld it and beat with a hammer and keep welding it, because again, it's never going to be seen. We put all sorts of effort in the other parts, so my inner hack has to come out, and I got to stop carrying at some point. Okay, so we'll see. A measurement like this. Yourself a little eyeball piece. Oh, I didn't cut that very good. 2 straight cuts, I just didn't meet in the middle. Okay? Dan and Danielle relationship.
I think we meet in the middle all the time.
Get that later? So, I wonder if I should just almost like weld it and beat the crap out of it.
So are you not putting the brace in? I don't understand what's happening here.
No. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So the cab is rotten.
Uh-huh.
So the cab has to be welded up. The brace goes on the fender, on the bottom of the fender. And then this gets welded to the fender, and then it attaches at the bottom here. And that's how the bottom of the fender is bolted in.
Oh, so this doesn't go to this. This goes to the fender. And
This goes to the
there's
fender.
a bolt that goes
That holds it
here
in.
to here.
I keep doing the same thing I just did. There you go.
I'm talking myself through it.
But this little shape here, you know what else we could probably do is from here to here we could just cut that out, bash it straight, re-weld it to be a flat piece, and this could be whatever the heck we want. follow me?
Nope.
No, me neither. Okay, let's start by...
I feel like we should move those.
What?
I feel like one of us is gonna knock them over.
Don't walk into it. So, let's say like that. Where's the brake? Oh, the brake's so far away. Who put that all the way over there, Danielle? Where's our tape measure? What are you looking at?
I don't know, I saw something flicker.
The apple of my eye.
Aw, I am the apple of your eye.
Oh, I nailed it on a 1/2 inch there. I'll do it this way. Who are we kidding? You're in my way. Thank you. Okay. You know what we can probably do is bring this over to us. It's on wheels. What a convenient, nicely organized shop you have there, Danielle. But I'm not bringing the wheel cart over. Okay. So now what do we got here? We got the first 90. Second 90 is going to be what? We'll say it's 3/4. So if we go that way, right outside. So I have to build this back and forth, so it has to go a little zigzag. You know, we should zig, we should have zagged. That'll give us our start. The rest we can mess with however we want. My struggle with fold metal is I always do it the wrong way. So I like to think, okay, so we have to bend it this out. So how are we going to do that? Always put it in this way. Oh, perfect. It's right on the money there. Did I do it the right way? I think I did. Okay, so that's our start. Now we have to decide how tall we want it. We have that. Now we have to fold that in, eh? How are we gonna hammer that in? We need... You know what we can do?
Shrinker stretcher?
Shrinker stretcher. Thinking... This is not an exact science here, but did I go in the right way or did I mangle it? It's not bad.
No?
So now, right there, we want this to go.
Can you put it back on there just so I can show the people a bit better?
So we're working on it. Now I want this to go that
So
way.
put, yes.
Yes, what? This is a real eyeball deal, but
Oh, good thing you got 2 eyeballs.
damn good thing. Well, son of a bitch, I think we nailed it. Okay, so now, if I put the whole marker in my mouth, that would have been embarrassing. Okay, now how tall do we need this? So that's there. This is going to be a 2-part deal. So I'm going to go ahead and zip cut this off. So this is the only part we're going to use. And I'm thinking if I grind that down, I can weld it in there. It'll stick out for sure a little bit, but then I'll just beat it with a hammer until it looks like something. I may have to slit this and beat it down, but ultimately I actually think it's gonna work out okay. Okay, well I'm just gonna cut this out real quick and then I'm gonna grind as much of this paint off as possible and come back and we'll start fitting it.
Excuse you, McDonald's is not paying for us to advertise, so keep that off camera.
Their Coca-Colas are just so damn good.
They're so good.
Okay, so we got a piece trimmed out, drilled a few holes to plug weld. So I think what my plan is. What is my plan, Danielle?
I don't know, I was watching TikToks.
Well, I wasn't really thinking out loud either. Secure this. Okay. Pry bar, but new brand new hammer will also work. Got a couple of extras. Okay, so that's kind of in. To secure that somehow. Got a clamp that'll be big enough. It's actually rotted on the other side too, so I gotta do both the sides.
It's a hard little space to get the angles in.
Angle of
the camera.
Oh,
He's
yes.
moving around a lot, but we're in a teeny tiny spot.
Sorry. Would you let me put on the other lift?
Yes.
So that's... You know what? You're in my way. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to weld this piece right here. Just to kind of hold that.
You got me good.
With what?
Spark.
Sparky? That ain't going nowhere. This bottom piece. Oh, that's quite...
You're getting all the dirt in your helmet.
Oh, it was cheap, it's fine. So we're not quite, this has to really fold in quite a bit. Well, it's not bad. I'll have to build a little piece down there, but
right hammer for the job?
It's the closest hammer I had.
Oh, you're pretty close.
I think it's fine. That's secure against it, and it's so that won't. It doesn't look the prettiest. Unfortunately, a little bit more rust happened up there. But now I can probably zip cut down there and just gingerly fold the thing over, and then we'll massage it with the hammer. You know what I mean?
Like that, are you essentially stretching the metal?
We're doing all sorts of stuff there, but it's doing something. Stretching it, folding it, moving it. I need a wood handle is what I need. It's not bad. Little brute force and ignorance goes a long way. Don't worry, once I grind it, it'll look just perfect-ish. Not bad.
Wow, look at your welds.
Yeah, I must have fluked it there.
I haven't seen you do welds that nice in a long time.
Danielle, there's other people watching.
And they're probably saying the same thing.
Oh, yeah? That's because I made the patch and I care about it, you know?
There.
I getcha? Been watching Bad Chad Welding videos, so I learned everything from him.
Gosh, look at you go!
He ain't scared of nothing. Yeah, it's not bad, eh? So it's got a few hard edges and stuff, but ultimately, might have to just give that a little bit of a zip.
And then smush it together?
And then smush. That's the technical term.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes. Okay. That, in a roundabout way, is what we're trying to accomplish. Now what I'm going to do is I'll probably go over that more with the hammer and straighten out just a little bit, but oh, it might be a little hot. It's fine. So I probably will bash this in just a little bit more. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of a split there. Somebody got a little crazy, but that's hitting the edge there and the bottom there, but we can still move it. So that's not going to hold the fender out whatsoever. I'll do a little massage and kind of knock all that in, and I'll just weld everything around. And then down here, unfortunately, it's gonna need just a flat piece. I'll split it there, give her a little split, fold it in, and then knock her all together.
Are you just gonna fill that with weld?
Well, I was gonna do it off camera, but probably. Fine, so that's the gist of it. We'll use the body as a bit of a buck to hammer it all over, and hey, if this was on the outside, we were trying to, you know, body work it and stuff like that, probably a little ugly, but for what this is for, honestly, we could probably almost split this down a little smaller if we wanted to, but I think that'll be fine. And
look at those welds.
I'm impressed with this. This came out really nice. Actually, I gotta say, so I've been challenging myself to do better metal work and carrying a little bit more, making patches and stuff like that. And I'm far from an expert, but overall, I think the work I'm doing is better than this truck really deserves, right?
It's better than the truck deserves?
The work I'm doing is better than the truck's gonna be. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm gonna work on this for 20 minutes, half hour. Danny will come back out. We'll do a little outro of this video, and then probably sit on the couch time. Actually, we gotta work on your stupid Raptor.
Need the doors to open so I can pick up your stuff.
When we bought it, it had 3 doors working. Now it has 2 doors working. Everything we do, we have to 2-door convert.
It's like it knew it was DD's speed shop, so it just skipped a step.
Yeah, it's like, screw this. Okay, I'm gonna work on this. We'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's good enough. So what I did actually down here is I just kind of augured that hole out. I was gonna weld it all in, but you know what happens is that all the junk that gets in there is trapped at the bottom. So I was like, you know, at the end of the day, leave that's a little ugly, but this is what the fender attaches to, and that's a whole different piece. This is just the bottom of the cowl. So, and it's all secured in there, so it should be good. Anything that gets in there can now leak out, not get full of junk, hopefully. We'll hose this down with a little bit of this rust check, and then I'll probably paint the whole thing. A little bit of black paint before we put it all back together, and then we can actually spray oil and stuff like that. I'm a big believer in that. A little bit of oil goes a long way, because oil don't rust. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Got a few hammer marks on it, but I think it will do the trick. Cab corner's taken care of, so we'll do the underside stuff. I don't know what I want to do next. I should work on the other side or go back to the box. I'm trying to kind of bounce around. I actually ordered the wood kit for this, because a few people let me know in the comment section that plywood is not the plan. Ultimately, actually, the guy gave me a pretty good deal. It was $500, I think, Canadian. So, like $350 US for, I think it's maple, maybe? So we'll have to...
Canadian maple?
Canadian maple.
Canadian maple from the US.
Yeah, whatever. But we'll have to, like, Fabricating or seal or whatever that. And really, we can put the box together and put it on. We still haven't decided if we're painting the frame or not yet, Danielle. Are we wire wheeling it or not, or just leaving it as is? It is what it is. I'd like to find a different rear end too for this thing, and if we do that, then we have to notch the frame and everything too, because I want to get a Camaro rear end. There's one in Medicine Hat, a couple hours away, so I'm going to go for a drive this weekend. We'll put the rear end on top of the springs, so that'll lower it 3 or 4 inches, so it should be the same height as the front, but not low. You know what it'll be? Is it'll be slightly taller. Remember the big block square body? It'll be slightly taller than that. I think that was the right height. It wasn't super low. You still go over speed bumps and everything. So we got that. I ordered a motor mount kit, even though we don't have a motor really yet. And I gotta get a transmission cross member. We'll get that figured out. But this thing's gonna look like a truck here. Toot the sweet. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna do a little cleanup here while Danny gets the Raptor and brings it in, so we can do a bit of work on that guy. And yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do tonight. I'm kind of taking it easy. One task per day, so I feel like I have more energy. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Give Danny a hard time. Guess what new car we bought? See you in the next one.